Oh, someday there will be a wireless studio for the conspiracy of the insignificant. Oh man, there's just wires, and you gotta take this out, and you gotta put this in, because there's just, no matter what you do, the rule is there will never be enough USB connectors in the known universe. And I thank you. Oh yes, we are upgrading constantly here at the Rubber Room Entertainment broadcast facility here in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. I'm PQ River, by the way, and I shouldn't be babbling so much about this when there is so much else going on here. Yes, it's been a very synchronistic-y time, and that's my new word that I invented for this week at least. Lord only knows I've made up some interesting words, but synchronistic-y is a word that means attracting synchronicities, attracting those unusual coincidences, like 1 minute good old Frank Nora is talking about Don Adams, and at the same time somebody has just handed me a pair of box sets of Get Smart DVDs. It's the little things like that that remind you of some sort of interconnection going on in this universe that is probably something that is beyond the perception of the 2 pounds or so of gray matter that we have been bestowed to supposedly understand and evaluate our surroundings. And believe me, the tools are weak and a definite fail. And this week I'm just aggravated. The golden voice homeless guy. Oh man, is this guy in for an awakening? There are people who are trained, who've been working in voiceover and radio, and are on the verge of homelessness, working a full-time schedule in broadcast and voice work. And, you know, the guy has a good voice. Oh, whoop-de effing do. So does half the people here on the network, and we're not quitting our day jobs. I am clinging tenaciously to sources of income because for every Howard Stern, there are 6 billion non-Howard Sterns. That's pretty much the broadcast industry in a nutshell. I mean, who's the only other guy? I mean, Larry King probably, at least on paper, makes money, but I suspect all of that money goes to alimony payments. Do you think that guy actually realizes any income with all the ex-wives that he has? Man, what a life! What a life! And one of my old hard drives that had died has apparently leaped back to life. So while it is leaping, I am going to give you this little cover I did not too long ago of a Stephen Merritt Magnetic Fields song. Dig this.
All the things I knew and didn't know and didn't want to know, that you told me just to tell me later on that you told me so, come flooding back to me now. Come on, come flooding back to me now. All the things you said you'd never say, you said anyway. The things we did and didn't do, the things we did and didn't do, come flooding back to me now. Come on,
guy could do is tune his guitar. Goodness me, oh my. Yeah, another exciting demo, and who knows, someday the conspiracy of the insignificant themselves might do a rousing cover of that. And wow, we have started a mailing list. I go over to our website, and there is a new Spare Time Radio email list that we are going to participate in. There's an Alicia Americast number 5, and apparently you can't use the word America in your name on Facebook or something there. There were some technical issues that maybe Peter can explain better than Alicia possibly could. But number 5, and that show is improving and is well worth following. I mean, it's usually a short bit anyways, and there's generally a chuckle, and the character is growing, and it's good fun stuff. There's a new Chadcast up there. But I really, this week, Simon's story about Tatiana is just delicious. A tiger tale on Onschwag, Onsug. So long as you type in ONSUG, however you pronounce it, you're going to get to the Overnightscape Underground and the most awesome collection of amazing stuff. And again, this week we started the Shep series, and I already have a second episode going up any moment now that features a show from exactly 10 years ago. This is January 7th, 2011, and January 2011 is already chock-a-block with fabulous material. Lots and lots of shows that we've got across the pond already this month. We've got lots of Frank. We've got Manny the Mailman talking about birds falling out of the sky. This is all great stuff. And yeah, more good panic stuff. Yeah, something's going on, but I suspect in history, especially as we are readers of the Charles Fort, things have died and fallen out of the sky probably long before there were human beings, and will again. And whether or not it means anything, that will have any effect on anything, I got no clue, nor does anybody else specifically, to the best of my knowledge.
Truth is fiction, and this is Beyond Vivat. The key to the French Bastille, seized in the French Revolution, was not uncommon. Beyond Vivat. But what about the pastor who stirred the Reverend John Otterson of Moncton, Scotland? In a moment, I'll tell you about the pastor. Duke Albert was so puny as an infant that doctors faint. He was the Reverend John Otterson of Moncton, Scotland, who successfully defended Montreal against a fierce attack, aided only by an old man and 50 Iroquois Indians, just by crowing like a rooster.
And these Get Smart episodes are fabulous. If you get an opportunity to grab these box sets, Mel Brooks, Buck Henry, you're talking about great writers. Don Adams at the top of his game. You youngins know the voice as Inspector Gadget, but Don Adams was just so cool in the heyday of Get